present here today. Respected Principal Madam, Dr. Y.C. Kamala, Vice Principal Professor Sridhar Swami Sir, Honorable Speaker Ms. Shilok Mukati, my dear colleagues, and also all my dear students, welcome to today's webinar. I am Sumedha, Head of the Department, Psychology Department, National College, Jayanagar. I welcome you all to the webinar on mindfulness on behalf of the Psychology Department. So before we start the webinar, on behalf of the whole college, I would like to thank our speaker of the day, Ms. Shilok Mukati, for spending her precious time with us. So therefore, we sincerely request all the participants and hope that every student make best use out of this webinar and make this a very grand success. Now, I would request our beloved principal, Y.C. Kamala ma'am, to introduce the speaker. Over to you, ma'am.
Good morning, everybody.
Good morning, ma'am.
It's my pleasure and privilege to be part of this program. So, Head of the Department of Psychology, National College, Jayanagar, Madam Sumedha approached us a few days ago, asking for conducting a webinar on mindfulness. So immediately we said it is a very required kind of program, especially in this hour of pandemic. So we asked her to start, and she said, Shilok Mukati has been chosen. I'm using the word chosen as our resource person. For today's program, Madam Shilok Mukherjee has agreed to be part of the program and a resource person and to speak on this webinar. So Shilok Mukherjee is a mindful training practitioner and she is doing it from past 8 years. She is a small town girl who has begun her career at 19 and still continues to do so. He is a skilled communicator who expressed psychological interventions through various arts. She is an activist who works towards gender equality and visibility, which is a very important element of the society in all sectors. Presently, she is a columnist for gender column called Somewhere in Between on Deccan Herald, Indian national newspaper, one of the leading newspaper of this land. She is a dancer for Chris Leurenberger Production, Switzerland, on EF Community Project. She has been awarded at many places and invited as a lecturer and in the festivals like Bangalore Literature Festival, Times Literature Festivals, Equals by Ragashankara. Recently, one of her poems, Kabalisuva Krantikadu, has been chosen as a syllabus at Kuvempu University. She pursues a master's degree in marketing and management communications at Comets, Bangalore. Madam, we are extremely happy to have you here in this program. On behalf of the National College and on behalf of the Psychology Department and on behalf of all of us here, I extend a warm welcome to you for this program. National College, Jayanagar is one of the institutions among 11 institutions of National Education Society. The National Education Society has a tradition of 100 years. The National College, Jayanagar has a tradition of 50 plus years. And Department of Psychology is consistently doing very good programs all along. The students of psychology from our college have found their placement in different organizations and they are doing a very good job towards society. Especially in these days, that is in the days of pandemic, the mindfulness plays a major role. For the reason, the pandemic has affected every one of us in its own characteristic way. And the psychological effect of the pandemic on the society it's very difficult to measure. The various things can be measured. Economy changes can be measured. Impact on economy can be measured. The education sector, how many students have dropped out and how many students could not, all those things can be measured. But how much impact it has made on the human psychology is we cannot measure. In these hours of pandemic, all of us, we need to do our job in a mindful way. What exactly is the mindfulness, how it is perceived, and all those things you will be giving us the details in this program. I welcome you once again on the webinar on the mindfulness tips and techniques in practicing mindfulness. Madam Shilok Mukherjee, welcoming you once again. Now I request our Vice Principal, Mr. Sridhar Swami, to speak a few words. I wish all the best for this webinar, and all the participants will make use of this webinar. Welcoming all the participants to this program, I would like to conclude my few words. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Sir, Sridhar Swami, sir.
Good morning to one and all.
Good morning, sir.
In fact, the speaker, resource person, and the student, they are quite anxious to do the business, and I don't want to come in the way. Anyway, let me just mention here some interesting aspects about an important thing for my students. So, in fact, there are 40 plus participants. 40 plus participants in the program, and majority of them are psychology students, and the others are students who are interested in psychology. So quite likely, I would like to see them potential psychologists which are required for the society and for the country. So probably this particular webinar session may inspire them to do all the required hard work to become a psychologist of repute and bring good name to our college. So thank you very much, and also wish you all the best for the webinar and the post-webinar scenario. Thank you.
Thank you for your kind words, sir. Now I would request our speaker of the day, Ms. Shilok Mukherjee, to begin her session.
Just a minute, ma'am.
Okay, ma'am.
Normally what happens is, so the sound effects, so that would be slightly get disturbed provided the students switch on their audios. So kindly all the students, so switch off your audio and thereafter listen to the discussion.
Switch off the video for one the photo which I'm not.
So we can also have a group photo, maybe
Okay.
now itself. So let me just request all the participants to switch on their videos.
I request all the students to switch on your camera. I request all of you to switch on your cameras so that we can have a screenshot of the session.
ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಸ್ಕ್ರೀನ್ಶಾಟ್
ಎಲ್ಲರದ್ದು ಆದ್ಮೇಲೆ ಸ್ಕ್ರೀನ್ಶಾಟ್ ತಗೊಳ್ಳಿ.
ಎಲ್ಲರದು ಆಗದಿರೋ ಪರವಾಗಿಲ್ಲ.
Okay.
There are
I see most of them haven't switched on their cameras yet. Please switch on your cameras.
All of you please switch on your camera.
Just for 1 minute, we'll just take a screenshot and then you can off your camera.
Okay, you can take whatever it is now.
Okay, Asif, you can take a screenshot.
As soon as it's over, as if just inform them.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Please carry on.
Okay. Asif, is it done?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Now I request the speaker to begin her session. Ms. Shilok Mukherjee, over to you.
Okay, first of all, a big thanks to Sumita for having me and such a warm welcome by the principal and the vice principal. And it's so nice to see all the lovely faces in the morning. I know it's raining, it's the weather, you all wanted to be in a cozy inside your bed, and you were so forced to come in front of the camera, but still you guys are making an effort, which is really nice. Um, so how are you all? If you guys can just put on a chat, or if you want to just let me know, I would really love to hear. I hope, are you all with me today to, interested to listen to the seminar? I know it's a very cozy morning, as I was telling you all.
Yes, ma'am. We are interested.
Great. So that's so nice. So because the whole concept of mindfulness, if you're not here, it's no use if I'm actually talking about this, right? You need to be present here. So that is the whole concept of mindfulness. So amazing. I can hear a lot of people responding on the chat box that you all are doing great. Okay, great. You don't have to call me ma'am. You can just call me Shalok, and that is my name. So that would be very lovely. Okay, so I am gonna start. I will share the screen, and then eventually, so feel free to stop me if you wanted to ask any question in between. It's absolutely fine. You all, if you do not understand, if you just have something, if you don't want to interrupt me, you can just make a note of it, and then eventually you can share that when we have a Q&A. But in case if you guys wanted to ask me anything, you can feel free to stop me anytime in between. Okay. Yeah. So I will be calling out people's name, or I would love this to be a very interactive session. So ನಿಮಗೆ ನಾನು ಏನಾದರೂ ಪ್ರಶ್ನೆ ಕೇಳುವಾಗ ದಯವಿಟ್ಟು switch on your audio and talk to me and respond. And let's make this a funny, fun morning. So sorry, fun evening ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀನಿ. So fun morning. So ದಯವಿಟ್ಟು ನೀವೆಲ್ಲರೂ ಕೂಡ have to be as participating as you can. So it will be really nice. Okay. Do not think it's some ಒಂದು ಲೆಕ್ಚರ್ ಕೊಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ, ಯಾವುದೋ ಒಂದು full theory ಇರುತ್ತೆ ಅಂತ ಇಲ್ಲ. This is about to understand who we are and to have a positive life journey and to be present in our life. So if you're present here and if you're with me and if you're interacting, that's what it's going to make. Okay, cool. So let me share the screen. One second. Can you all see? Yeah.
Yes,
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
It's seen, Shilok. Yeah.
Okay, great. Okay, mindfulness tips and techniques on practicing mindfulness. So I'm sure Google al hogbid ನೀವೇನಾದ್ರೂ ಹುಡುಕಿದ್ರೆ mindfulness ಏನು ಅಂತೆಲ್ಲ ಗೊತ್ತಾಗುತ್ತೆ. So I am not going to get into all those theory. So I am going to talk to you about how I practice mindfulness in my life, and I am not expecting you all to practice the same, because we all are subjective beings and we all have our own techniques. So this might be an inspiration for you to start your own mindful practice and stuff. So yeah, before we start, we need to know who are you, right? So I'm sure ಇವಾಗ ಇಲ್ಲಿ 46 ಜನರಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ನಾನು ಎಲ್ಲರನ್ನು ಹೂ ಆರ್ ಯು ಅಂತ ಕೇಳ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಒಂದೊಂದೇ ಇಂಟ್ರೊಡಕ್ಷನ್ ಆದ್ರೆ the whole 1.5 hour might finish off. So basically I need a volunteer, someone who can just be part of this interaction. So may that help me out calling people's name randomly. You're on mute, Sumedha.
Aditya.
Aditya. Bunny sir. Bunny.
Aditya Das.
Good morning, ma'am.
Good morning. Hey, Gitira.
I'm good, ma'am. How are you?
I am good. So are you present with me now?
Yes, ma'am.
Of course. Okay, Aditya ಅವರೇ ಇವಾಗ ನಾನು ನಿಮ್ಮನ್ನ who are you ಅಂತ ಕೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ನಿಮ್ ರೆಸ್ಪಾನ್ಸ್ ಏನಾಗಿರುತ್ತೆ?
A good person.
Okay. ಆಮೇಲೆ ಆದಿತ್ಯ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಯಾರು?
He's a person who likes to be himself, by himself sometimes.
Okay.
And very ambitious, I would say.
Okay. So ನಾನು ಈ ಪ್ರಶ್ನೆ ನಿಮಗೆ ಕೇಳಿದಾಗ who are you? How did you feel?
No, I mean, okay, I guess.
Okay, fine. Okay, I guess. Okay, got it. Okay, thank you, Aditya. Can I have someone else now?
I think Apurva. Apurva, can you volunteer?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
Yes. Hi.
Hello.
Hey, Gidira.
Good morning.
Okay.
Oh, I'm doing amazing. How are you?
I am great. So, Purva, right?
Yeah. Apurva.
Yeah. So if I ask who are you, what is your response?
Weird.
Weird. Okay.
Yeah.
Amele?
Funny.
Okay.
Hopefully.
Funny. Okay. I can hear the tone.
And humorous. Yeah, humorous is better.
Humor. Okay. Great. Thank you. So why am I asking this question is that yakandre ivaga we all live in a world we are always bothered about others, right? When someone asks you who are you, we think a lot to introduce ourselves. We hardly know ourselves. And I think the best way to start mindfulness, to be in present, the journey of being in present is about knowing who you are first. Nan yaru anta gottidre, I'm sure that will open many doors to be in the present of this particular time and the world, alva. And also the very important aspect, of course, we all have a social media, we all have various different accounts, but some people, there might be exceptions who might not have a social media, but still we decide with a lot of filters and other things, and we wanted to show the world what we choose to show, right? And there are so many other things we don't want to show it, and something which is also private. And a lot of things from our past actually influence how we act right now. And also sometimes when we think a lot about future, the futuristic visions and what you want it to be also will affect your present, right? Present now. So the question here is, are we living in a present situation? Ivaga ekshana nanu nanagidina. Because most of our thoughts, what happens is, oh, ನಿನ್ನೆ ಏನಾಗಿತ್ತು, ಅವ್ರು ಏನೋ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರು, ನಾನು ನಿಜವಾಗ್ಲೂ ಹಾಗೇನಾ, okay, ನನ್ನ ಫ್ಯೂಚರಲ್ಲಿ ನಾನು ಹಿಂಗಿರ್ಬೇಕು, ಹಂಗಿರ್ಬೇಕು. But in this whole chaos of thoughts ಇದೆ ಅಲ್ವಾ, thinking about the past and thinking about the future, we forget who we are right now. And we forget to embrace those little moments in our life, to enjoy, to enhance those little moments, right? Okay. So it is important for us to enjoy the now. For example, Ivaga, I will give you, one of the small techniques is, I'm sure with a lot of us, when we are interacting with our family or with our friends or with any other person who's supporting in our life, we are always engaged on something else. Of course, we are doing kind of a virtual webinar here. I don't know what is happening behind the screen, but I kind of take a risk of assuming things that a lot of people are engaged in something else than listening to it. So you have committed that you wanted to be part of this virtual program, but still you're also engaged with other work, I'm sure, right? So ಅವಾಗ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ, I think it is so important for us in our life whenever we do something in our everyday life, to give ourselves as much as we can, so that when you live in a present, so that helps you to build up your memory and give all the attention that you need and to observe what is happening so that you can make a right decision. Most of the times what happens is, when you are not living in present, when you're not mindful, you kind of misjudge someone, or you might not take a right decision in your life. So it is so important, and I'm sure it is not so easy, because we all have a various pressure in our life. It could be anything, okay, because we all are different people in this world, and we all have different stories, different backgrounds. Regardless of those hurdles, it is important that we live in the present moment and try to breathe in that moment. Okay. Mindfulness game meditation is one of the best techniques. So I know this sounds very cliche. Oh, iವಾಗ ಹೋಗ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು YouTube ಅಲ್ಲೆಲ್ಲ ಚೆಕ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ಸಿಕ್ಕಾಬಟ್ಟೆ meditation, guided meditation ಎಲ್ಲ ಸಿಗುತ್ತೆ. But a lot of people ask me, when I suggest meditation to some people, think that ಹೆಂಗ್ meditate ಮಾಡೋದು, ನಾನು ನಿದ್ದೆ ಹೋಗ್ಬಿಡ್ತೀನಿ, or sometimes I feel not focused. Meditation is supposed to be helping you to focus. Okay. So the very easy technique that I'm going to teach you all today is about the 1 minute meditation technique. Okay. Is everyone with me right now? Please put on chat so that I know. It's very easy for me to talk in front of the camera because that has been my job for a very long time. I don't mind, but it is also nice to know, okay, nice. I can see a lot of chats. Wow. 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 Great. Amazing. Amazing. So how many of you really are interested in meditation? Do you think that this is something which is so important for me in my life?
Yes, ma'am, I do think it is important.
Yes. Amazing. Amazing. Great. Great. So you can actually, if you can't chat, you can just switch on your audio and respond to me. That is also amazing. I can hear people as well. Yeah, amazing. Okay, great. So a lot of people, you guys think that it is important, right? Yeah. So now let's see how we can do it. So this is a technique that I started. Now I do 40 minutes of meditation, okay? And it is really amazing. But I was not an expert in meditation, okay? So I began with this 1 minute meditation technique. So, and one of the amazing technique that I have borrowed from my learnings. And so the basic thing is, you just have to close your eyes and visualize that you're inhaling the light, a lot of positive energy around you, and so many things that is it could be a lot of love, a lot of gratitudeness, a lot of abundance, a lot of luck. And the light can be a rainbow light, or it could be any color that your favorite color. And you can actually feel that you're kind of inhaling that light. And then when you exhale, you can think that there is this black gas of negativity that you're exhaling, you're putting out from your body, the toxicness, the negative thoughts, the negative energy that your body and your mind has. You're just exhaling that. Trust me, do this 1 minute meditation. And there is this one rules, a lot of people ask me, oh, should I do every morning? Yeah, time will not go. Trust me, you can do this anytime, any point of time, anywhere. So ಇದಕ್ಕೆ ಈ ರೀತಿನೇ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕು, ಹಿಂಗೆ ಇರ್ಬೇಕು, ಹಿಂಗೆ ಕುತ್ಕೊಳ್ಬೇಕು, nothing. It's not that. You can just sit wherever you are and just focus and close your eyes. And when you inhale, you can visualize the white light of positivity that you're inhaling. And when you exhale, you can just think of a lot of negative energy that you have, you are kind of exhaling it. Yeah. Trust me, try this, and you will eventually, the 1 minute na 2 minutes mari, amele jasti hota, you will eventually get there how to focus this and stuff. Yeah. Okay. This is my favorite topic, okay? The concept of self-love. And self-love is so important of mindfulness because avagli nan kelde Sumar Chandrana, who are you? So now yaru anta namak gottilde idre, how can I love myself, alva? Because I know a lot of you people might have come across with various on Instagram reels or some Facebook videos or WhatsApp forwards and stuff about how it is important for us to focus on ourselves. But how do we practice to love ourselves? Is it really easy? Um, can anyone answer for me on this question? Is it easy to love yourself?
No, ma'am. It needs some amount of awareness about yourself. Like without knowing yourself, your pros and cons, it's really difficult to love yourself because we are always like, there's that external expectation that I should be like this. We don't look inside of ourselves.
Can I know your name, darling?
Shreya, sorry.
Shreya, amazing. Thank you, Shreya. That was a wonderful answer. I think you were on spot of everything that you mentioned. Okay, someone else want to respond to this question? Is it easy to love yourself or do you love yourself?
Good morning, ma'am. Janki here from the Commerce Department. When it comes to self-love, probably in one point of time, due to different reasons, we may start comparing ourselves. So in that situation, to self-love may not happen. In all the situation, according to me, in all the situation, we cannot have a self-love.
But it's also important to have a self-love.
Yes, I agree with that.
Yeah.
It's important.
But ಎಲ್ಲ situation agala because
yes,
constant
different
social
circumstances
on you, right? People might, there is also this consciousness, oh my God, what if someone called me narcissistic? And what
exactly,
if
judgment.
I'm selfish in the karbitre hege anta kuda yochne ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ. We will get there, how to love ourselves. So I want to hear, thank you ma'am, thank you so much.
Thank you.
So someone else who wanted to answer this question, who love yourself.
Excuse me, ma'am. This is Gagana.
Yes, you
so
are.
I love myself. Like I have to be loved by myself because loving myself gives me positive vibes for me, like motivation to me to encourage us to tell someone anything what I feel.
Okay.
It's important to love oneself.
Okay. Wow.
In every situation.
And how has it helped you people when you love yourself?
Ma'am, I didn't get you. Can you?
So I was asking, when you love.
I think there is some connectivity issue. We'll just give it 1 minute. So look, you're not audible actually. The video got stuck. Yeah.
Hello. Sumedha madam, please switch off your mic.
Okay.
Cool.
Am I audible?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. Okay. Thank you. Okay. I got so scared. Okay. Great. Amazing. I don't know who was answering, but thank you so much. It is so important that, it's to love yourself and how it really helps you to in various level of life. And we will get into it. So, I will tell you why is it important to love yourself. Okay. So when I was growing up, so a lot of people told me, "Oh, nin tumba kappagidya. Oh, your voice is so feminine," and various questions for myself. And I also, I'm the only person who chose arts and humanities to study in my life, and elders, or you always have to listen to someone, you kind of forget to be who you are, and you kind of forget to the importance to give that love to yourself, right? But trust me, the moment I started loving myself in my life, everything changed. Everything changed. So I will tell you the story. So I don't know how many of you know my story. So I was basically, I was assigned to be male when I was born, okay, and then I transitioned to be a woman. So it was not an easy journey at all, okay. So I'm not getting into the whole gender aspect.
Since the speaker is from Madikeri, there is a technical issue there. There is no network. network available because of rain. Okay, she's trying to use some other network. We'll just give her a minute. Okay, please wait.
Okay, is everyone with me? Hi. Hello. Am I audible?
Yes, ma'am.
We can hear you, Shlok.
Okay, great. I am so sorry. I live in Coorg and it's raining really so bad, so my Wi-Fi is fluctuating. So I am extremely sorry about this. So, but yeah, let's just continue with what we were discussing. So, where did you guys, listen to me till the end? Which part were you?
Ma'am, you were telling about the story,
Okay, which story?
about your story.
Okay, you heard till then. Okay, so great. So let me just share the screen quickly. And okay. So yeah, I will come there. So basically, I was talking about, there was a time in my life when, a lot of people were talking about how, I am not so competent about myself, and like everyone used to condition about me. So the moment when I won a national award, and I doubted myself so much, did I really want this? And I questioned, and I really cried so much that I was just feeling that, do I really deserve this? And I just also felt that I have punished my life by listening to someone. And one second. Yeah. And then on that day, I decided I will stop listening to people and I will listen to myself. And it is so important for me to love myself. And from then, the whole journey of self-love began. So let's do this, okay? So I know that you all are sitting right there. So I'm sure that it's been very long that hanging out with friends and not getting a hug and stuff. How do you feel when you actually hug yourself? Okay, let's do this. Are you all ready? Okay. Now you have to hug yourself and give a very tight, warm hug to yourself like this. And just stay there for a few seconds and then tell me, how do you feel about it? You really need to give hug to yourself, a hug that you were waiting for very long. you guys with me?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. So can someone respond to me? How does it feel to give a hug to yourself? Have you ever give a hug to yourself? Okay, come on. I need you all to react to me.
Yes, ma'am, I have.
Okay. How do you feel about it?
It feels really nice. Like, there's some positive energy that gets in. You feel nice.
So there is like nobody, teaches us to hug ourselves, right? So when we really need something, it is important to be dependent on others. I am not telling we should not be dependent. Emotionally, it is also something which is very good to be dependent. But, there's a way of being very independent and have to love yourself. And there are certain small things like this, to give a hug to yourself. I know it might be so weird if you are doing with someone, unless you're really so confident, you don't really care about what other things, it's absolutely fine. But you can also do this when you're all alone by yourself and to give a hug to yourself, right? So it feels more comfortable. It feels you so alive, that you are so loved, and which is so important. So this is something which I learned in my life. And I remember someone told me, when the whole world is unkind to you, when the whole world is unkind to you, it is important for you to be kind. Please do not add more unkindness. Why do you have to do that? So from then, I learned that I will never be unkind to myself. And I will eventually get there how to do that. Okay. So, do you see the screen, right? Hello?
Yes,
Yes,
ma'am.
ma'am.
Yes.
Yes,
It's a
ma'am.
cute picture. Is it? Do you find this cute?
Yes, ma'am.
What do you see? I mean, what do you see in this picture?
It's a mirror. A baby is seeing a mirror and telling hi to oneself.
So true. So one thing about my journey of being mindfulness practices, this is a ritual that I do every day in my life. Okay, so it is so important for me. When I get up, I make my bed. Okay, when I make my bed, it makes a statement that I am ready for the day. Okay, so once I make my bed, I go in front of the mirror and I tell myself, hi, Shaluk, you're the most beautiful woman in this world, and you are very strong, and you are ready to take this world. And everything that you have planned, it's going to be positive, and I welcome abundance, and I love you. So, and the first time when I did this, when I actually went in front of the mirror and I told myself, I love you, it kind of felt so good. Yakandre nan yavattu nanag I love you anta yavattu helila. So trust me, if you never have ever told I love you to yourself, like go and tell yourself I love you in front of the mirror sometime today, or you can start it from tomorrow, and just feel the magic. What happens? Trust me, when you actually very loudly you say, I love you to yourself, it's going to really make a lot of changes and you will know what happens. Okay. So, yeah. So this is another technique that I use, okay? And I was just, beginning with what is important. It's so important to know who you are. I remember one of the person actually shared this. It's so important for us to know what are the positive and negative side of ourselves. And how do we do this? Okay, so this is a small technique that I use. Okay, every day I have a journal and I have two columns. So there is this one column says good and one column says bad. Okay, and in the good I actually note down everything that is good in my life. and what are the good behavior, good things that I feel about myself, and I note that down under the good. And then on the bad, I actually write everything which I feel which is negative about myself, or something that I need to improve in my life. So the whole the concept here is to subtract all the bad ones and add more good ones. So you need to have a target. So I have to, increase 10 good things for this month and subtract 5 bad things. Okay. So I know this is a very, technique which theoretically it might sound a bit vague, but trust me, as like someday you randomly gonna pick this and do it, and you will know, like, it how the things that you have never thought about yourself, like when you actually sit and spend some time with yourself, you're gonna evoke a lot of things that you haven't seen in your life about your own self. Okay. Can you see this 2 glasses of water? Everyone, I want everyone to switch on the mic and respond to it.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, okay. So I'm going to pick someone. Okay, Aditya, are you with me?
Yes, ma'am. Yeah.
Okay. So I want you to be a volunteer for this exercise. Okay.
Okay.
Okay, cool. So what do you see on the screen, Aditya?
There are 2 glasses of water, one clean and the other one not so clean.
Okay, okay. So ನಾನು ಇವಾಗ ನಿಮಗೆ 2 ಗ್ಲಾಸ್ ಟೇಬಲ್ ಮೇಲೆ ಇಡ್ತೀನಿ. ಓಕೆನಾ? ಓಕೆನಾ?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So ಒಂದರಲ್ಲಿ ಬಿಸ್ಲರಿ ನೀರಿದೆ. It's a mineral water.
Okay.
And on the other hand, you have a drainage water.
Okay.
Okay, yeah, ಇವಾಗ ಎರಡು ಕೊಡ್ತೀನಿ ಕುಡಿಯಕ್ಕೆ. Others can, I think it's okay, cool. So ಯಾವ ನೀರು ಕುಡಿತೀರಾ?
Mineral water.
Okay, fine. So ನಾನು ಇವಾಗ 1 drop drainage water ನ ನಾನು mineral water ಹಾಕ್ತೀನಿ. ಇವಾಗ ನೀವು mineral water ಕುಡಿತೀರಾ?
If I'm thirsty, yeah, definitely.
If you're thirsty, and it's a whole drainage water.
Mandra bere option illa andre then definitely I wouldn't mind. A little bit wouldn't mind. Tumba adre.
Okay, ಒಂದು ಅರ್ಧ ಹಾಕ್ತೀನಿ ಇವಾಗ.
Yeah.
ಕುಡಿತೀರಾ?
ಇಲ್ಲ ಇಲ್ಲ.
Okay, fine. ಸರಿ, okay ಬಿಡಿ. ಇವಾಗ ನಾನು ಏನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀನಿ ಅಂದ್ರೆ, so I will take a bigger glass which has a half of drainage water, and I will put all the mineral water. Now will you drink?
Bigger glass with full of drainage water and add all the mineral water to it.
Yeah.
No, it would still be the same, right?
Why is it going to be same? Come on, yeah, I put mineral water for drainage water.
But
Yes, Aditya. Why not? Aditya, are you with me?
hello.
Yeah, are you with me?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. Why don't you drink this?
Because it's gonna infect me. Now it's still not safe. A lot of drainage water is unsanitary, so to say.
Okay. Thank you so much, Aditya. Now you can unmute yourself. Okay.
Thank you.
Okay, so the whole why I was doing this exercises, imagine so Aditya might drink it, but I'm sure, like, if I ask a lot of other people, 1 drop of drainage water, they will not drink it. Okay. They might actually choose something else, but they don't want to drink it even if there is a 1 drop of drainage water. And that is the power of negative energy. Imagine the source of positivity that you need in your life. The 1 drop of negative energy can actually, disturb all the positive energy that you have in your life. You might be successful, you might be so great, but like, if someone actually talks 1 bad thing, it is going to crush you. So it's so important for us to stay positive as much as we can. And this is a very practical example that I was trying to show you all. So The next thing is to also remember every word is a spell. So, do you guys believe in magic? Hello?
Yes,
Yes.
ma'am.
Yes,
Kind of.
kind of. Okay. Okay, Shreya.
Yes, ma'am.
So if I tell you every word is a spell, and everything that you say from today, it's going to come true.
Hmm.
So will you be so conscious that everything that you're going to say from now?
Yes. Yes, I would be.
Thank you so much. And what do I really mean when I say every word is a spell here? It really means is it's so true. I mean, when I say anything, it can be true because I'm inviting. So I'm here talking about my own self. Okay. When so I never talk anything bad about myself. So till now, if someone actually talk anything bad about myself, I try to ignore it. But I will never do that to myself. I never, there is criticism to help myself to be improved, to be a better human being and stuff. But I will never say that, oh, I am really so bad in this. Oh, come on, I am not so beautiful. I will never use this phrase in my life because I will get that the power of owning your words eventually. But it is so important that you to believe that everything that you say is a spell, and it is important that you be very consciousness. So eventually, I told you the certain things about the small meditation technique and other things and stuff. So when you actually try to be focused in your life, eventually you started loving yourself and you will learn the magic of using these words and how to be very positive about yourself and never be unkind, never say bad thing about yourself. That will help you to be in a present situation. Okay. Okay. So we will practice how to cast a spell. Okay. So I need a volunteer. Gagana, are you with me?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So I want you to tell me um, all the good things about yourself, and you need to be very confident about that.
So I actually listen to people what they say properly,
Okay.
and that's the good thing. And I'll be good to everyone. If they do wrong to me, also I'll be like, I don't take it seriously, but I take it seriously, not so long, for 1 or 2 days, and I can dance very nicely, and
Mhm.
I can write, and yeah, my handwriting is very nice. I like my own handwriting, so there are many steps like this. These
Okay.
are the main things.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you, Gagan. I will get back to you. Other than Gagana, Aditya, and Shreya, someone else who can volunteer with me?
Yes, ma'am. I'm Jayant.
Sorry, what's your name?
Jayant.
Jayant. Hi, Jayant. So, Jayant,
Hello.
you need to tell everything good about yourself, okay? And you need to be very
Huh.
confident, and you at least give me 5 sentences.
Huh.
So you're
I'm very good.
actually, imagine you're actually impressing someone, or you're just talking to someone you haven't met in your life for the first time, and you're talking about yourself. So you need to be telling some good lines about you. Yeah.
Huh. I'm a very good teacher. I can teach very well.
Okay.
I'm very good speaker. I love to speak a lot.
Okay.
I'm very good into mridangam player. I'm interested in playing mridangam. I'm very much very good mridangam player.
Mm-hmm.
And I love to help others. I'm very good at helping others.
Mm-hmm.
I'm very good at. I'm very confident to present myself.
Okay, okay. So, sir, if I tell that, you are an amazing tumba chanag instrument martira. So I'm really so fond of you. So how will be your response?
ತುಂಬಾ ಖುಷಿ ಆಯ್ತು ನಿಮ್ಮ ಅಭಿಮಾನ. I say.
Okay, okay. Thank you, sir. Thank you so much. Okay. I will get back to you. So I want someone else now. Please volunteer. Okay. Or else I'm gonna call someone randomly. Radhika, are you with me? Okay. Radhika? Okay, cool. Kaveri Kumar, are you here? I am audible, right?
Yes, ma'am. Good morning, ma'am.
Good morning. Who's this?
Kaveri, ma'am.
Okay, okay. Yeah, hi, Kaveri. Okay, Kaveri, I want you to tell, something good about yourself.
I have good language skills.
Okay.
I know I can talk to people.
Okay.
And I get along with people very well.
Okay. So, Kaveri, let's have a very hypothetical situation now.
Yes.
Okay. So, you're going out with your parents to your cousin's place. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Are you with me?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So, ನೀವು ಇವಾಗ ನಿಮ್ಮ cousin ಮನೆಗೆ ಹೋಗ್ತಿದ್ದೀರಾ ನಿಮ್ಮ ಅಪ್ಪ ಅಮ್ಮನ ಜೊತೆ. So now your parents will start comparing you to your cousin. It's very hypothetical. Okay. Hello?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Okay. So when they actually start comparing yourself, Kaveri, ಅವಳು ತುಂಬಾ ಮಾರ್ಕ್ಸ್ ತೆಗೆದಿದ್ದಾಳಂತೆ, ಅವಳು ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿ ಹಾಡ್ತಾಳೆ, and then like so many other comparison and stuff. And how will you react to them?
Well, I would feel good at first.
Okay. Okay.
But it depends on who I'm being compared to.
Okay.
Like if it was someone who is better than me, I mean a little more better than me, then maybe I would, I don't know, it depends on who it is being compared to.
Okay,
like,
let's assume someone who is better than you in certain skills. That person is much better than you, and there has been a lot of comparison.
Well, I would feel a bit jealous and try to being it maybe looked down upon, like, because I'm compared to someone who is higher than me or better than me rather.
Okay, but do you also believe that there is always better than you in this world?
Yes, I do believe.
Okay, but do you also believe that we all are unique in our own ways and we are always the best in our own self?
Yes.
Yes. So what really happened if you know that, and how could that disturb you by, when someone is being compared?
Well, at times when you know the fact, you don't want to go back and state it that it's the fact. Like, we all know that we are individually unique and better than so many people, or we are best, in many ways. But we don't, it I think maybe, what do you say, bothers us or disturbs us, even though we know we are better than XYZ people, even though when we are compared with another person, it still bothers us.
You were very confident, but what I observed here is, am I audible? Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Good. Great. So I was trying to say that, like, a lot of people, when you were responding to this question, you were using this phrase, actually, so So when you use these kind of very, unconfident words, you're kind of like not really believing about what you're saying, right? So it is so important for us when you actually talk about yourself. So for example, let me do this, okay? So if I am going to meet someone new and I'm being compared and stuff, then this is how my reaction is going to be. Hi, I am Shalok and I'm a writer. And I love writing about gender sensitization and various things about life. And I'm really kind of good at it. And I think I love myself. So that is how it's going to be. Okay. So I know this is very basic, but trust me, if you just, give certain observation in everyday life. So today till the end of the night, if you just observe everything that you speak, when you're very conscious about every word that you're speaking, you will know the kind of negative tones that you use. Certain tones that you use that, okay, I don't believe this, but I am actually stating this. So it's important when you actually talk about any statement that you need to believe, you need to give life to those words. Okay. And when you give life to those words, that's how you cast a spell, and that is going to make a lot of difference in various levels. Okay. Okay. Now, accepting my Rakshasa. I know this my Rakshasa is very adorable and cute. So we all have our own way of seeing Rakshasa, right? So Sinduri, are you with me?
Yes, ma'am.
Hi, hey Gidira.
I'm fine. How are you?
I am good. Are you enjoying the presentation or the workshop and interaction?
Yes, I am. It's really enlightening.
Akka ಸುಳ್ಳು ಹೇಳ್ಬಾರ್ದು.
ಇಲ್ಲ ನಿಜವಾಗ್ಲೂ.
I know I am good, but I'm just still checking on you. Okay, so Sinduri,
Yes,
very beautiful name.
Thank you.
So accepting my Rakshasa, do you think that there is a Rakshasa side of you?
Yes, I think, I mean, in all of us, there is a positive and a negative side. And it's sometimes hard to accept our negatives because we think we are sufficient or something like that.
Absolutely true. So Sinduri, ಇವಾಗ ಒಂದು ಸಿಚುವೇಶನ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ ಓಕೆನಾ. ಸೊ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಇವಾಗ ಏನೋ ಒಂದ್ ಕಡೆ ನಿಮ್ ಮನೇಲಿ ಅಪ್ಪ ಅಮ್ಮನ ಜೊತೆ ಏನೋ ಒಂದ್ ವಾದ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಓಕೆ. ಸೊ ಆ ವಾದದಲ್ಲಿ you will really get so upset. And how are you gonna what is your reaction?
Most of the time when I have a conflict with my parents, I don't hold back anything. I just it's like I am fighting with a friend. It's more like that. It's not like I'm fighting with a superior figure or something like that. So I'll be open. I'll tell what I didn't like about it, or and I sometimes I shout a lot. When I'm very angry, I control a lot, but sometimes it just bursts up and I shout, and then after I tell everything, I get after my anger is down, I start crying. Then I need a little time for myself, and then I'll be fine. But it's like I don't want to keep that anger emotion inside myself. I open up, I let it out. I don't usually compress it.
Very good point that you mentioned right now, Sinduri. Thank you so much for mentioning that. Yakandre, it is important for letting our emotions out in our in our everyday life.
Yeah,
and that's so important that you actually find ways. But iva prashne enandre, are we doing it right by letting those emotions, and how do we actually let those emotions in a right way is the question, alva?
Yeah, right.
So there is a two ways of doing it, right? There is always you always have a choice.
Yeah.
But sometimes we make a choice according to the experience and the learnings, the kind of exposure that we have seen in our life Alva?
Yeah.
So ivaga, for example, you have a choice to bang a door. Okay. Vada aitu, you wanted to make your statement, you're going to bang the doors to make a really big noise at the house. So you're making a big statement. And then you have, other way of doing it. Like you are going to let your anger, flow, but in a different way. And then calm yourself and then have a very mature conversation with your parents. Which one would you choose?
I think the second one.
Yeah.
I know it's hard, to suddenly calm down, but it's nothing impossible. If we are conscious enough at that time, I think we can do it.
Yes, I am taking this example. Why? It is not anything personal. Okay, Sindhuri, I don't even know you.
No.
I am telling this. This is a very right example I felt to give because ivaga, because we are in an isolated environment. We are suddenly we are like 24/7 at home around our parents and siblings and stuff. Imagine ishtu 1.5 year 24/7 constantly you are around the same people and there is always a huge energy clash for sure.
Yes.
So and let's just thank you so much for responding to me. So lovely to speak to you, Sindhuri.
Thank you, ma'am. It was lovely speaking with you too.
Same here. Okay, we will now, as we will continue this topic, and I will tell you what exactly I do in my life when I am angry and upset and anxious. Okay. So, this is a technique that I have learned in my life. Basically, what I do is whenever I am angry and anxious and completely upset, for the fact I know I will always make a wrong decision at this point of time. But it is also important because as much I am love, as much I am beautiful, I am also anger, I am also upset, I'm also anxious. That is also me. And it is so important for me to balance my darkness and the light that I carry every day. Okay, I cannot really suppress the dark because if I keep suppressing my darkness, one day it's going to consume me completely, right? So it is so important, how do I do this balance? So this is a very small technique that I use. So whenever I am very angry on someone or I'm very upset and anxious about certain things, I am going to leave that space, because it's so important for you to not to be in that space so that you can breathe and you do not get influenced by the energy that is around you in that particular space. So quickly I will go to my room and then I will just have a 5 minutes nap. I will sleep, or I will cry, or I might just punch my pillow for the last extend way of throwing out my anger. But once I am actually calm, I'm really I feel all my energy and the kind of anxiousness, all the emotions has been in a balance. I come back to the situation and then I make my move. And this has helped me many times because every day, with certain conversation with my dad, I might really be very angry and talk to him in a very rude way. But that is going to always affect the relationship that I and my father has with whatever we have between us. But there are days that when I have reacted, but I have calmed myself, and I went back to my parents and I've told them I am really sorry the way I reacted, and then I maturely have a conversation about the incident, and I tell them this is not the way it's supposed to be, and this is how it is, and I completely explain the situation. So remember, it is at that present moment you are actually influenced by various things. Sometimes whatever happened in your past, it is going to come, it will rushly coming inside your mind, and you might react according to that as well. So it's so important when you are emotionally making certain statement, you need to be in present. So how to do that? You need to really calm yourself and let that go. And this is a living the space and sleeping is my technique. Probably someone might like, just listen to music, or there's other various techniques and stuff. You can find your own techniques, how to calm yourself. Probably you might need to experiment it. Probably you might just want to have a coffee or tea or just like eat. So there are various different ways. But remember, just leave that space for that moment, and then go somewhere and do whatever you want to do to calm yourself, and then come back to that space, so that when you make any statement, when you talk to other person, you are in the present moment and you're completely full about your mind, and then you're talking the right thing. Got it? Okay, so we are almost done. This is very simple. Okay, so this is the one thing, when you are actually in so much in love with yourself, there is a ego that actually builds in you. Pride is good in life, but ahankara anta heltarala, durahankara anta heltarala, that is not good, because that will somewhere, help you to, not help you, it will actually kind of sabotage a lot of people around you. And you might subtract a lot of support system in your life. So it's important to be grounded, okay? Grounded as much as you can. So there is two techniques of being gratitude. The one way of grounding yourself is, I don't know whether you can do it right now, but it's a simple technique when you actually go and walk in a barefoot in a garden or on the earth, so that you feel very grounding about yourself. Your energy is being grounded in a certain level, and you feel very thankful about various things. And the other act of gratitudeness is every day before you sleep. I know we all are being trained about doing prayers and stuff. Mainly, what I do is I thank each and every person who has been part of that particular day in my life. And I thank them. I thank them because without them, I wouldn't be who I am. I'm a part of so many people, so many things, so many learnings. So it is important for me to be always thankful. And when you are so thankful, and you might have various different ways. But even the small prayer, it is not a prayer for God. Even if you do not believe in God, it is okay. You just have to pray to that person, like, thank you for coming in my life and teaching me something, because everyone are teachers in our life. So show that gratitude. It will help you to be a person who you are, a better person. It will evolve your mind in many levels. Okay. We are almost done, and this is almost the last slide. Okay. So the whole process here of being mindfulness is about knowing who you are. And trust me, it's a very tough journey to know yourself, because we live in a society, you're constantly conditioned. Okay, so let's talk to someone. Kaushalya, are you there?
Hi, ma'am.
Hi, Higidra.
I'm fine. How are you?
I am good. So I have a question for you.
Yeah.
So, when did Kaushalya actually acted herself than being conditioned by the society or the people that you grew up?
A particular situation?
Yeah, one situation. For the first time in your life, you made your own decision. Okay. You did something. It could be very simple as something that you went and went to an ice cream parlor and got the ice cream for yourself. It could be as simple as you can. But I want you to explain in a details the first time when you made that decision for yourself, and then what happened.
Okay, this was exactly 6 months back.
Okay.
I've always tried to have my own, privacy and make my own decisions, but I couldn't do that earlier because of, societal norms and all that I was going through. And later on, I started getting into meditation and started getting into a lot of things. Everything changed in my life because of, and even I'm a Reiki practitioner.
Okay.
So I also do Reiki and law of attraction, all of that. So
Amazing.
getting into touch with people around me and all of that. I spoke to my parents. I spoke to so many people around me and who believed in me. And so that made a way for me to make my own decisions, and they believed in me. More than that, I believed in myself, where, I got that strength, that courage, that power to do whatever I want to do. So this was very simple, where I wanted to buy a particular chain
Okay.
for myself. And for everything, I used to ask my dad.
Mm-hmm.
So I've lost him now, and it's been 6 months. So
Okay.
after that, I had to make my own decision, right? So they believed in. My mom said, I know whatever you buy is for your own good. And I know that you value money and all that fell in place, because she saw me, how I was and everything, right? So that's how I bought this chain, and I'm still wearing it now, because it's like, this gives me a lot of courage, confidence to do whatever else I want to do in my life, like in a good way. Definitely not in any harmful way, but it's like buying something that you like, making your own decision, and that gave me a lot of power in everything. Not only buying the chain and doing life decisions, choosing a partner, and everything like that. It all fell in place.
Absolutely, absolutely. Thank you so much for sharing. I know it was so personal for you to share, but I hope I didn't force you to share much personal.
No, I feel good sharing it.
I am so glad that
At
you
least
shared. Thank you so much. It's such a, so inspiring
you.
story. And I think it was so lovely to hear you. Thank you so much. My deep condolences. I'm sure wherever his soul rests in peace. And I'm sure, the kind of the things that you did so far has been so beautiful and such a lovely story, to find yourself. Because sometimes when life, it's a very cliche thing, the saying, when life gives you a lemonade, make a juice and stuff, right? But it's also what kind of a decision that you make when you are in your toughest period of time. And I think you are doing great.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you so much for sharing that. Okay, so I was just talking to Kaushalya to just understand, the moment you make a first decision, regardless of all the conditions that comes from a society and around your parents and friends, the lot of pressure that comes around you, regardless of all those things, you are very conscious about what you want, and that is going to change a lot, and that brings you a lot of various confidence, and you feel you're owned by yourself, you're not owned by others, you feel independent, you feel this feathers around you, that you're ready to fly, and and finally you can breathe. And I'm not talking about being excluded by the society. Of course we are social beings, it's important to be a social animal, but it is also important for us to have an individualistic stand, like who we are, to make a right decision, regardless, not always, because we are not taught how to say no to people. We're always taught to be obedient, to say yes for everything. And it is so important for us to learn when to say yes and when to say no. For that, it is important for us to certify ourselves, because it's always constantly be always searching others to say good about ourselves, right? We don't actually think about saying good things. ಯಾವಾಗ್ಲೂ ಇನ್ನೊಬ್ರೇ ಹೇಳ್ಬೇಕು, ಇನ್ನೊಬ್ರೇ ನಮ್ಮನ್ನು certify ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕು, and then you're actually giving that power to someone else. Like, that is not going to work, because you need to take that power back. Regardless what people say, you need to know who you are. When you know who you are, whether people praise you, whether people criticize you, it really doesn't matter, because you know who you are, you love yourself. If someone is complimenting you, you will be very thankful, you accept, you will learn to take that compliment. Yes, I am good, I am beautiful, thank you for saying that. You will not say that, oh please, I am not beautiful, please don't say that. You will never say that. So you need to take that power back. to certify who you are, and it is so important in your life. Okay, I know it's so many times we always given powers over social media, or we're on some friend circle where we wanted to fit in, or it could be in our family that even I need to be recognized. On this constant pressure of someone certifying ourselves, we have always given this power to someone else. But is it really worth? Is it really worth? Because at the end of the day, there are certain times in your life you're all by yourself and you have to take decision, and people have their own priorities, and at that point of time nobody really matters. Who matters is you, and at that point of time you need to be with you. For that you need to love yourself and you need to know who you are. Okay, so there are various things of like, how do we do this? There are three techniques that I am going to, share, and I'm going to end this session. So magic of visualization. Okay. Visualization is a very spiritual concept, and it is a very, deep discussion, but I'm going to give you a small thing. So it could be like, as you are practicing 1 minute meditation that I have shared with you all. So eventually, gradually, when you can meditate for a more point of time, you can visualize as many things as you can, a lot of positive things. Okay, because here this mind has a great creativity, and you can make amazing films in your head. And what films that you wanted to visualize, that's up to you. And trust me, there are so many times the miracles happens in my life because I constantly visualize. It could be I used to dance, but my dad was like, this is before I transitioned, and my dad was like, "You're not supposed to dance. You're not pursue dance and stuff." So I stopped dancing. But there was always me who I wanted to be a dancer. I wanted to travel the world, and one day I wanted to dance in one of the biggest stages in the world. And I kept visualizing it, and I was also practicing it. And one day I had a chance. I worked in a Switzerland in a dance production, one of the biggest dance production in the world. And then I performed in various festivals and wide international audience. And I visualized it. But you need to understand, when all these techniques of visualization and believing yourself, or it could be the act of manifestation and stuff, it only works if you work 80% hard. The 20% is luck and all the other things, like all your positive attribution in your life. But 80% you need to work hard. You need to come 80% step forward. The 20% stuff is all about amplifying your positivity, and you're not chasing, actually you're attracting what you deserve. When you really work hard and confidently you stand out there, you will attract the right thing, and that's how you do it. Okay, so remember, when you visualize everything that you want to be, you work hard as much as you can, and then put yourself out and attract, never chase in your life. Okay, and then I am my own Santa. This is my favorite thing. I remember, in my chosen family, so I have a bunch of friends. So this is a ritual that we always do. Okay, when we celebrate our birthday and we cut the cake, the first piece of the cake, we eat ourselves. So it's my birthday. If it is my birthday, I take the first piece of cake and I eat myself, because that is the love that I give myself. And it's just this small moments in your life that will make a lot of changes. How it's not being selfish, it's about embracing who you are. And we always think a lot about gifting others, but it is also important to gift ourselves when we do something amazing, because we deserve that. We deserve something to treat ourselves, and you have to be your own Santa, so that you enjoy every moment in your life. Remember, at the end, I wanted to finish this thing. It's important to be a parent for your inner child. There is always an inner child in you, and you need to be a mother or father or parent. Because if you don't care, no other people will care. So it is so important for you to care yourself. Be a parent, like, and what is being a parent is about, like, loving unconditionally is one thing, and being protective. You need to protect yourself. Never give a power to other person. So always be a parent of yourself. And then when you begin this journey of self-love, and you will start living in present, and that is how you practice mindfulness. And this is a certain techniques that I have learned in my own life, and how I have been implementing that in my everyday journey. I really didn't want to bring all this very philosophical theories and bump you guys with. So you're very welcome, and thank you so much. So if you have any questions or any statements, please switch on your mic or video and feel free to share that with me. Thank you so much.
Excuse me, ma'am.
Yes.
Thank you so much for this session, ma'am. It really helped me because I never thought of like I do visualizing things like uh, how the situation should be, how the things should be. I do visualize, but I never thought it is a thing, and it's a good thing to visualize things. So in the last birthday of my on my last birthday, even I ate first piece of cake, like myself, for me.
Wow, that's amazing.
That was like,
yeah,
I remembered it, and I felt very good now after doing that. So very, very, very like, I'm very thankful for you, ma'am. Very helpful. Like, it's very helpful. And I have a question. Like, you asked us in the beginning. So, who are you? What would be your answer for the question? Like, who are you?
Okay. So basically, what happens in my life is, whenever people ask me who are you, people try to center me with my gender. Okay. So I kind of like, the whole journey began with me to define myself, regardless I'm more than what the gender that I identify myself as. So when people ask me, who are you? I say this, that I am a beautiful human being like any other person here. I'm an earthling, and so I have a very spiritual side of me which comes. So I talk about myself that I am a healer, and I am a empath, and I love myself, and I am confident about who I am. So there is this one quote that I often use is, I am Swayambhu. So the Swayambhu is this term from one of the Vedas of when talking about Adi Shakti, that one who actually creates herself. So that's how I go. And I talk a lot, so it just keeps continuing. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you. So anyone else wanted to share something? Wanted to say something? It's okay. Or I'm gonna pick someone.
Mom, I have another question.
Yes,
Like, is it okay to be very much self-obsessed?
See, that is what that is why I was talking about. You need to have the certain part of your life need to have, like, to be very gratitude. It's okay to be self-obsessed, but you also need to know how to prioritize yourself when. I mean, if there is someone who is really in a danger of life, you can't be self-obsessed about you, right? So you need to certain times make certain priorities, but it's okay to be self-obsessed. There is nothing wrong, but it should not harm others. So see, I have this principle that I usually use in my life. This is a free world and you have a free will and you are free to do anything in this life, unless you are physically, mentally, spiritually, not being violent to other being. So unless you don't do that, you are free to do anything. So yeah.
Thank you, ma'am.
No problem. So anyone else? Tara, Bharat, Bhanu, Danish, Amrita, Manjunath, Chandrika, Jayant. Anyone?
Anybody else has any question to ask? You may ask. We are running out of time. We need to wind up.
Okay,
Is that all?
means I have done a good job. Okay.
Indeed you have. Yes. So, okay. Now I would, Shiluk, it was really a great session. Thanks for all the wonderful insights that you gave, which I'm sure will help many of us. So, moving on, I would request Professor to propose the
Good noon to one and all present.
Are you here?
I hope I'm audible.
Yes, you're audible.
So good noon to one and all present here. It's an honor for me to get the opportunity to thank the dignitaries and dear participants. So on behalf of the Psychology Department, the National College Jayanagar, I would like to express my gratitude to the esteemed delegates for their presence and contribution to make this webinar a great success. A big thank you to Ms. Shiloka Mukherjee for her efforts and contribution in making this webinar inspiring. I extend my gratitude to our principal, Dr. Kamala Vaisi, and Vice Principal, Professor V.V. Sridhar Swami, for taking time from your busy schedule and gracing the event. I also take this opportunity to thank our HOD, Professor Sumedha, for working hard to make this webinar successful. I also appreciate the tech team, Girish sir, Asif sir, and Dinesh sir for handling all the tech-related aspects for arranging this webinar. A special thanks to our lab assistant, Prema, for always being there and supporting us in all our offline and online events. Last but not the least, I would like to thank all the participants for attending the webinar and showing your support. Thank you all. Have a nice day. A small note to all the participants. The feedback link has been sent in the chat box. So please fill in the feedback link, and so once you submit your feedback link, your certificates will be automatically sent to you by mail. So all participants, please submit your feedback, and thank you all.
Thank you, Geeta. All of you, all the participants, please, send your feedback so that we can send you the certificate for the participation. Okay, the link has been sent in the chat. Yeah, I hope everybody enjoyed this session. By this, we'll be ending today's webinar. Okay, thank you all for your participation, and see you soon. Take care and please stay safe. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you all.
I think we can end the session.
Thank you, ma'am.